Hello football fans, welcome back to your favorite channel that we call Sports Queen, and here we bring all the latest news that's happening at your best club of KAIZER Chiefs. If you are new here, please, you may join us by hitting the subscribe button up here below this video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell up here after hitting the subscribe button. You will be the first one to get all the latest news about your best club of KAIZER Chiefs. Coast Nation, please help us to reach 10,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel. It is free to subscribe and it means a lot to us. Apart from that, today I have a lot of news guide that I want to share with you. But as Coast Nation fans, what you need to know right now, please watch this video until the end. And today I want to show you about LEROUX. He is a player and he is in radar to KAIZER Chiefs, or KAIZER Chiefs have been shown interest on him. Yes, KAIZER Chiefs is reported interest in signing LEROUX, and that the club is considering bringing the Sweden-based midfielder back to South Africa. That KAIZER Chiefs is looking at LEROUX as a potential reinforcement for their midfield. But South African midfield, LEROUX admitted he was flattered by KAIZER Chiefs rumors interest in him, but revealed that there was no direct contact from club. This 23 years old recent move from Swedish club Vibergas Balls to FC Voldanan in North Ireland. He has been capped 5 times by Bafana Bafana and is considered to be one of the most promising young midfielders in South Africa. LEROUX moved after 3.5 seasons in Sweden, having made 99 appearances for the Swedish club. He also previously captained. He pinned a 3-year deal with FD's side and said he always wanted to stay overseas to continue his development. But before the switch, the former SuperSport United Stellenbosch midfielder was linked with the KAIZER Chiefs. He has since revealed that there was no contact with him from the club. I want to be in Europe. That is what he said. There was never direct contact with me. Might have been with the agents, but the agents know that I want to be in Europe for now, LEROUX said. I heard of romance and everything, but there was no direct contact with me on my agent. The Bafana star say he is focused on developing his career in Europe. He believes an interest would be given down to him working hard. It comes to hard work for something. Always have to keep pushing and doing your best, because you never know who is watching, LEROUX said. But it feels good to know that there are big teams like Chiefs, for example, tracking you. DStv Premiership giant KAIZER Chiefs are reported in the market for advanced midfielder LEROUX will have been a good fit for the club. He was a talented player with a lot of potential. The former Ajax Cape Town Academy player is still waiting for the work permit to finalize so that he can make debut in Adversia. However, he will need to recover for the recent injuries that forced him to withdraw from the Bafana national team. So, news emerging from Naturena suggests KAIZER Chiefs are believed to have shown interest in Sweden-based midfielder LEROUX with an eye toward bringing him back to South Africa, something that the player didn't want. And he said that there is no any contact from KAIZER Chiefs. As previously reported by Soka Laduma, Amaku rival Mamelodi Sundowns has also expressed interest in midfielder through no deal had materialized. Inside have now indicated the Chiefs could shift their focus to LEROUX following challenging acquiring their initial targets such as Oceanopolis, Shapenga Moremi from Amazon. Lebicot, some of the new interest from club is coming after failing to get their original target, like Oceanopolis and also Shapeng Moremi from Amazon. And that is why they are now looking at local LEROUX. They are really looking at boosting their midfield, whether with a winger or number 10. And LEROUX is one of the players that are looking at all about this. The scout and required who suggest this player to the technical team as well as management, the CSOs started. Also, a second insider told the CS crew that any potential move hung is LEROUX's decision with whether to return to South Africa or continue his career in Europe, where he is currently from IFK Värnamo in Sweden. Even if we say they have the money to bring him back home, like they did in the past with a player like Bernardi Parker, Sherip Masilela, or even Keegan Doll. It will all depend on the player himself, whether he wants to come back home or not. It will be interesting to see what happens with him in January, in the next transfer. And Chiefs are crossing their finger to at least sign the player that both management in technical team agree upon. So that is what is going on between the player and KAIZER Chiefs, and we hear that the player is not interested to come back in South Africa, and he is happy to see the big team like KAIZER Chiefs showing interest in him, but he's not ready to come back. He still wants to build his career in Europe, but money is over everything. So if KAIZER Chiefs can offer him money which he wants, I hope he will come back home and play at our glamorous boy at Naturena KAIZER Chiefs. So let's see what Coach Nabi will say about this, or the management will say about him. If they will need him, he will come back. But if they will not agree on him, he will stay there in Europe to build his career. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more latest news. Enjoy.